When you were in the AFL industry doing coaching, that kind of stuff, I guess you would have seen a lot of hectic diets, a lot of crazy diet regimes. What is your opinion on intermittent fasting for people these days?
That's a random question.
That is.
Well, full disclaimer, I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist. So I'm going to say that I've tried intermittent fasting, and for me, it actually, and there are lots of variations on that, obviously, but I periodically almost accidentally do that, where I might not eat until midday, and my window of eating might be, midday till 8, and then I won't eat for 16 hours, which is a full. And for me, it kind of works well. I'll come back to the original question. For me, I'm more instinctive. If I get up and I'm genuinely hungry, I'll eat.
Yeah.
If I'm not hungry, I won't eat.
Yeah, okay.
So I believe that, I'll talk more broadly on food. I think that we all have a relationship with food. Some people have a very healthy relationship with food. Some people have a very unhealthy relationship with food. And I think everyone's on the spectrum. But the thing is that we all need to eat. Obviously, we all need to nourish our body. And we all need to understand that there is no best, in inverted commas, diet.
So do you think it's kind of finding the thing that suits you
100%.
And going with that?
So, what are you, 23? You're a 23-year-old dude, I'm a 53-year-old dude. If you and I go and have the same amount of sleep and we drink the same amount of water, we do the same workout, we eat the same diet, we're not going to look the same, feel the same, or respond the same.
Yeah.
So you might have a really great diet and I have a really great diet, but I feel shit ass and you feel amazing.
Yeah. Well,
that's because it's not actually the best diet for me. It might be too many calories or too few calories or not enough iron or whatever. So it's, the ideal, I believe, and this is with all of the stimuli that change, so whether or not that's sleep or hydration or nutrition or movement, is to try to figure out the best protocol for you over time by paying attention to what your body says.
Yeah, how
right?
it responds.
So, and the truth is that not only is there no best program, there's not even a best program for you that works consistently day to day, because your requirements vary day to day. So, if you're sitting on your bum today and interviewing people and sitting in your car and doing not much and sitting at your computer and editing or whatever, you might need 2,000 calories today to break even, and tomorrow you might be incredibly active and physical all day, and tomorrow you need 4,000 calories to break even. And it's not because you've got a different physiology, it's because you're doing different stuff.
Yeah.
So the assumption that everyone needs this many calories or this much sleep or this much water every day to break even or to be healthy is ridiculous, because our biological needs vary, sometimes wildly.
Yeah.
And so,
I guess for people starting out, how would you recommend that they could listen to their body, respond a lot better? That's definitely the hardest part.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice?
100%. So here's the thing, when it comes to our body, when it comes to movement and nutrition and what we look and what we feel like and what we function like, quite often we can be emotional because we get emotional about our body. So the thing to do sometimes is to turn down the emotion and turn up the strategy and the logic.
Yeah.
So if you came to me and you went, you know what, Harps, I go through peaks and troughs of motivation. I get in the zone, out of the zone, and put on a bit and lose a bit, and I'm not sure what I kind of think I'm eating okay, but I don't know about my program. Sometimes I'm bursting out of the skin, sometimes I'm exhausted, I'd go, all right, so this is what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to do some testing. I'm going to get some baseline data. I'm going to do your body composition. I'm going to do a basic strength test, fitness test, maybe reaction time, power, speed, agility, whatever we want to measure. So I'm going to measure some stuff. Or it might be something much more fundamental, like I'm just going to weigh you, do your girth measurements and do your body composition.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go, day one, this is Aaron. And then I'm going to go, right, now do this program. So we take an educated guess, and then in 28 days we come back and we see how your body's responded.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And you go, you know what, I think the training's good, but I'm tired all the time, and we might go, well, mate, you need more water, or you need more sleep, or you need less training, or you need, so over time, you, maybe with the help of somebody else, maybe not, you will figure out what is a pretty good personal blueprint for health.
Definitely.
Right? And that's the thing, is that you know, we need to, I believe that you, me, all of us, everyone watching, every trainer, every client, every person who wants to change their body, it's really in our interest to try to figure out how our body works.
Yeah. So for people without a trainer, you just say, go out there, start something new, see how your body goes. And if it works, it works.
Keep a diary.
Keep a diary.
Keep a diary.
Yeah.
So even me, I don't know if you know, I think you follow me on Facebook or whatever, but I put up a thing a few weeks ago where I had a stuffed back for a long time. And so, you know, for about 8-9 months, walking was even painful, and now my back's pretty much better, and I'm doing these 1K runs, right? So nearly every day I go out the side gate of my place and I run like a lunatic for 1 kilometre. But every run that I've done since I started, I track. So I know exactly how many metres I ran, what time of the day I ran, what speed I ran at, and so on. And so now I've got, I don't know, maybe 30, 35 runs in my phone where I can track my progress.
Yeah.
And I can, you know, I can take my heart rate at the start, heart rate 1 minute after completion. I go, well, you know what? When I started, my heart rate was 150 at the end. Now it's 135. And not only that, it's coming down much quicker, which means my recovery is better, which means my aerobic function is much better.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So it's just about, you know, and if you have, for example, food issues, and you know, you struggle to maintain discipline and focus with that, so write it down. Don't write it down so you become obsessed, but just keep a diary of what goes in your mouth. So breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then what happens when you do this stuff, right? When you actually do it, then a few things are going to happen. One, you're either going to write in the diary and you're going to lie, which is a waste of time. Some people still do that. Or you're going to write down exactly what goes in your mouth. And what will happen is you go, before you eat the next thing, you go, I've got to write this down. Do I actually need this? And quite often people go, I don't need this, so I'm not going to eat it. But what happens is when you accurately, without overthinking it, just record it. Might just be one 28-day period. Then you start to understand eating patterns and behaviours and how you think and respond around food.
And even it'll become more of a habit as well.
That's right. And what you do is you try to de-emotionalise it. Now that doesn't mean we can't love meals and can't love eating. Of course, it doesn't mean that. It just means that we're trying to perhaps regain a bit of control where we sometimes feel a bit out of control.
Yeah, okay. That's great.